I feel like it's gonna crash any second now. Let me let me get the chat up and the music up. Um, I like the way the face is going, except that it's like super intense and evil looking. That's not good. But I can tone that down. All right, let me get the chat up and the because I don't feel like it's crashing anymore. Yeah, chat. There we go. Get some music. Okay. I'm playing a lot of Outward. Um, there's a lot of good things to say about it, and there's a lot of bad things to say. It's kind of a mixed bag. If you go through reviews, that's what you're gonna get. It's $40, which is kind of expensive for early access. I would wait. I would wait because the game is not polished at all. And I hope they polish it. But all right, here's the music. Outward. It's just released on Steam recently. PC Gamer gave it a really high, really high review. I checked it out for a couple hours. It's like Dark Souls, basically. It's a lot like Dark Souls, but with like survival elements mixed in. The problem is that games like Dark Souls and Sekiro they have really polished gameplay, and everything else is kind of secondary. This game does not have very polished gameplay. In fact, it always feels like it's about to break any second now. It's gonna it's gonna bug out and what's it called? Thankfully, there aren't many crashes, but there are a lot of bugs. Sometimes the quests don't work. Sometimes you lose your items. Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. It kind of grows on you, the game. You become, what's it called? Stockholm syndromed into it. Another death. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dark Souls. Thank you, Dark Souls. I appreciate it. It's definitely one of those games, I think, where you need another player. Because 90% of the time my strategies are like, okay, I'm gonna kite these mobs into these other mobs and I'm gonna watch them fight. And that's the only way I can progress, usually. If there are no conflicting mobs, then I usually can't progress. So it becomes very, very painful. So I can never do like dungeons and stuff until I outgear. You know, once you outgear, you can come back and you can start doing the dungeons, and you can start, you know, gaining silver and gear and you know, progressing that way. And that's kind of the way I'm doing it. Just get overgeared. I come back. I start clearing. It's got a co-op, which, I mean, Dark Souls has a co-op, but it's not. I don't know. It's not like why people like Dark Souls, I think. So it kind of feels kind of fresh, because it's very much you. Having like a strong co-op experience. Or at least I watched the guy play it with his wife, and I was like, oh wow, man, I wish I had a freaking person to play video games with that would just like carry me. Rip. Yeah, it's it's a fun little game. I would wait for it to go on Steam sale, because I feel like it's gonna. There's a lot of bad reviews. A lot of bad reviews. Metacritic gives it like a 6, something like that. And Steam is just like, while it says mostly positive, the first 6 reviews you're gonna read are like, well, it's got everything you need, but there's a lot of problems. My biggest beef is the combat. Monsters don't have a learnable pattern. They just kind of go at you. There's no, you either trade blows or, you know, you get lucky. That's it. There's no like feeling where, you know, Dark Souls rewards you for difficulty. It just beats you. With you know, you either outgear the encounter, you have a potion, or you don't, but it doesn't feel like skilled it, you know, just like aced the what's it called, combat mechanics. Partly because like when you hit someone, they don't recoil back, they just kind of just tank it. It's like you're not even really affecting them all that much, unless you hit them that hard that they drop. At that point, yeah. Yeah, but it's definitely like one of those games that kind of heralds back to the good old days of video games. The good old days. Kind of like Morrowind, kind of like Dark Souls 1. It's hard. It's definitely very difficult. The kind of tagline is like, you know, we're not gonna hold your hand. You're gonna have to learn things. But yeah, I feel like the reward is usually very random. Like I'll die a lot, and then I'll spawn in a cave, and there's like way better armor than I had, and I'm like, oh, okay, that seems to be a reward for failure. Or then I'll kill something that's extremely hard to kill, and it'll give me basically nothing. There's no leveling, which is kind of cool. You start with the maximum amount of breakthrough points, and you can just you can only get 3 classes basically. And a lot of skills from those classes. Even if you don't break them through, you still get like quite a few of the skills. Pretty interesting. I don't know. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. Don't think it's worth like picking up as it is though. There's a lot of content in it. It's very visually interesting. Like, I would say probably one of the more like content-filled games I've played in a while. It's got a lot of stuff, and it all looks good. Well, at least it looks like it was, you know, really well crafted. Like, the exploration part of the game is very interesting and it's very rewarding. You explore, you find stuff. What's it called? You run away from mobs. I think that's like 90% of the game for me is just running away from things. That's kind of annoying. But yeah, I like games like Dark Souls and Don't Starve because they, you know, if you learn the attack patterns or something, you feel like you're good at the game. It doesn't feel random. Your successes aren't a result of the game just screwing up, or I think that's what makes games fun, I think, actually, is that you feel like you've accomplished something or you've learned something. Yeah. Don't Starve is really fun, actually. I still have a copy of it that I have no one to give to. I don't know, you get a copy if you buy it. And you get an extra copy. $14, pretty good deal. Oh, you have it on an iPad? How do you play it on an iPad? There's so much, like, I can barely play it with a mouse. I always like miss miss my attacks anyway. Start examining bushes, or what's called trading with the other players. Probably make her look gone. Yeah, but it's a pretty fun game. A lot of strategy, a lot of replayability on that one. I don't know, I kind of got bored of Rust. Not because it's a bad game, but it's like, you know, just I had a long time, so I only have the original version. Oh, I see. Yeah, they I think they changed the way it works. You kind of have access to most of the content as long as you buy the Don't Starve Together pack. And then yeah, I think there's still like standalone like Hamlet and frickin' Shipwrecked. Those are like standalone games. I played those. Those are pretty fun. Those are like, you know, same thing, but like different like play styles, sort of different ways to accomplish your goals. I think the original one is kind of the best one. It just has like a really good balance of stuff in it. Merge this and then layer this. Turn up this face to look more human. Yeah. Not a lot of fun games to play, but I think I'll be able to, you know, get by on like Don't Starve while Game of Thrones is up. New episodes are really good, or new episode rather. Episode was really good. It's gonna be the the end of Game of Thrones, I guess. Kind of don't want it to end, to be honest. Much rather have something to look forward to. Yeah, it feels kind of like Breaking Bad or Westworld ending. Want more. Yeah, some series get like driven into the ground and then you're just like, please end. Just I have to keep watching it, but you know, stop. Like House of Cards, I think. House of Cards really got driven into the ground. Yeah, just kind of bored with video games. Nothing really. I'm probably gonna get Sekiro. Probably gonna grab it. Seems like an interesting game. There's a couple games I think I haven't played, but they're single player games. Nier Automata. Might grab that. Hey Firearnex, what's up, dude? How's it going? Yeah, I might play Nier. Seems like a really solid game now. Pretty good, pretty good. No, just drawing some faces. Talking about Outward. Maybe video games in general. Just, yeah. Her nose is too big. How dare you? I'm still working on her eyes. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm doing it like one thing at a time. Right now I'm focusing on her eyes. So that's where I'm gonna be. Doing most of the work. I'll be borrowing a lot from the left eye and putting it on the right eye. Some of it is working out. Yeah, I like this transition. Yeah, I really like her eyelashes, but I'm not really sure how to get kind of a similar look without making them look like super bushy. Basically, I'm just making them half as big. Maybe fixing the contours of the eye a little bit. I'll have to change the colors eventually, but I'll probably just do that with, you know, color balance layer. Try making those lashes close to the left eye. They seem to end at half the eye. The left eye, which one's left? This one? When I get to it. I'm on the right eye right now. Just developing. Developing the features. Bit more bushy. Let's see. It'd be about all right, I think. But yeah, slowly making my way down. Bottom lash. Okay, a little bit of color there on the cheek. Still working. Working my way down. Get the cheeks in. Yeah, little by little. Starting to look like a face. Kind of good, because I think I deserve a break from this face. Yeah, welcome back. But yeah, we got through a lot in Don't Starve. We got what's it called? Most of the base is up. I think the only thing we're missing really is much more stable food source, although yeah, I guess yeah, Lamsey, I think Lamsey died the most because he's got like 50 health. Carrie Lamsey. Yeah, I feel like it's easier with more people. Because then you could split up and do other things. Like if you have one guy that does rabbits, for instance, or birds, bird hunting. We have basically infinite. We have basically infinite. What's it called? Weapons. Because we we live right next to the swamp. And they just keep dropping those tentacle things. So, you know, we can really go ham and kill stuff. Yeah, I died twice. But it was like I died once and then I died the second time to trying to recover that corpse. But it's because they were hidden in my what's it called? They were hidden inside the body droppings, and I didn't understand that's what happened there. It's really not all that dangerous. You just have to watch out for the tentacles, and if you have a lot of shit on the ground, like if you just died there, you know, you're not gonna get your stuff. But yeah, as long as like no one gets like anal retentive about it, then the game is pretty fun. Not a lot of stuff to like to really mess us up. I could kind of see Deerclops being a problem if he spawns. We might have to kill him with like marble suits. Marble suits, a lot of kiting. Yeah, kind of tired of Rust. It's a lot of farming. Not really big fan of shooters, to be honest. Yeah, I like them, but not to the extent where like I'm just gonna like play shooters all day. Not really my favorite game mode. Right now I'm playing Outward. It's kind of fun. Very masochistic based fun though. If you're not a masochist, you're not gonna like it. Yeah, and I hate how this doesn't read when you zoom out. Like at all. How is Discount Frodo going? Right now we're on Discount Princess Leia. But yeah, what's up, Galactic Coder? Galactic Encoder. How's it going, bruh? Face doesn't read well when I zoom out. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna paint it zoomed out, I guess, because there's no. Wait. Maybe move these features up a little. Face is dark. Yeah, that's why I'm just lightening it. Yeah. It's not really about it being too light, too dark, though. Problems are like the value groups aren't reading. What I'll do is I'll cut his nose. Keep painting it from far away in order to make sure that it does read from far away. I'm gonna move the mouth up a little bit. Painting it from far away is difficult. I'm doing well. Just playing the League of Legends. And so you're streaming. Wanted to stop by. Hey. Thanks. How's League going? What I want to do is I want to move this up a little bit. Correct it that way. Not bad playing jungle role. I've never really gotten into MOBA. Much knowledge on what the jungle role is, but sounds neat. Yeah, it's like one of those game modes that kind of really passed me by. What's MOBA? Never really got into it. Secure objectives and assist the laners. This raises more questions than it answered. But securing objectives, I guess, yeah. Pretty coherent. League of Legends. The one that kills the monsters. You're a filthy PvEer. That's what you are. I'm playing the PvP side of the game. Playing what's it called? Playing the PvP. I don't know, actually. It seems like kind of like the one that kills the monster camps instead of being in one of the 3 lanes. Hmm. Very technical. I'm still kind of surprised that League and those types of games are still around. And so big, to be honest. And it all came from the, what's it called? Like, kind of strategy game mod. It's a strategy game with 1 unit, sort of. Kind of, I don't know. Not for me, I guess. I feel like strategy games a little bit, but I think I like simulation games more. Like RimWorld, those types of games. There's a huge like 4X revival going on right now. See a lot of games from like Paradox, Stellaris. I love watching RimWorld. I don't play it though. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. I recommend that game. I don't know. I like something about like base building and just like something about that. Yeah, gets me pretty excited for some reason. I tried playing. You know, I'm not a big 4X player. I tried playing Stellaris. Yeah. If I'm being honest, I kind of fell asleep. But yeah, I think it's a different strokes type of thing. Different strokes. Yeah, I need some sort of action-based gameplay. Yeah, I definitely not sure I gave it like a fair shake. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just, you know, you like what you like, and so it's like, yeah, real easy to tell whether you're enjoying something or not. But yeah, I see a lot of 4X right now. A lot of 4X. Strategy games. Grand strategy, basically. Yeah, people seem to really like them. place shut down? Rip. Shit. Should hit refresh. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Alright. Sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of games I like actually. Lately, I've just been trying a lot of them. I think I have a soft spot for survival games. Survival and kind of like adventure role-playing games or action role-playing games. Something like Dark Souls, I guess, or Outward. Outward is pretty good. Well, mixed review there. Pretty good, like as the representative of the genre, but not. Yeah, it's still kind of like an early access game, so. Yeah, I feel like survival games are meant to be played together. I'm playing a lot of Don't Starve and Rust lately. But kind of bored of Rust, so. I don't know, a lot of these games I kind of pick up and then I drop. And then move on and then wait for another one. It's fun for a little bit though. I don't have Rust, but it's always a game I've considered buying. Yeah, it's pretty worth it for the like the time that I, you know, the entertainment hours that I got out of it. Definitely play it with someone though. Don't play it solo because it's not fun playing solo. It's one of those games where you will probably feel like you're taking 3 steps back, 1 step forward most of the time. I played a bit of Don't Starve with Darkness last night, and oh boy, are we really good at it. Well, I mean, you get better. You get better at it. I figured that our first, like, few games, we probably wouldn't even get to winter. I think we're on track to get to winter in our first playthrough, so. If we can get past winter, that would be pretty cool. I usually make it to summer, then I get nuked in the summer. But yeah, Wartox is actually like the most overpowered shit I've ever like laid eyes on. It has a 20 health AoE heal. That's ridiculous. that's just utter nonsense. No other character has anything like this. The only downside is you have to be good at you gotta be good at what's it called, fighting. The insanity creatures, and those are probably the easiest mobs to kill because they have such a predictable what's it called, attack pattern. They're like the most predictable out of all of the monsters. Then again, Don't Starve does what's called combat very well. I'm a big fan of the way that combat works in it. It's if you die, it's your fault. That's just the end of it. I mean, there are a couple of unfair situations, but here and there. But otherwise, it's pretty fair. Very, very fair combat system. That's always kind of like very rewarding to play too, because like if it's random and it just feels like you're either lucky or you're unlucky, it just kind of makes you frustrated. Give her a slight haircut. Really try to figure out where her shoulders actually are. But yeah, I really like multiplayer games. I think it's a lot more fun when everybody's kind of like having a bad time. No, having a good time. Feeling out where I want to put her next. Mm-hmm. Yeah, her face is much improved. All right, let me get a beef jerky. Hmm. I kind of want to shift her body a little bit too. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get good at Don't Starve. No, especially if we keep playing. This part shouldn't exist. I'm not sure about this. I think I might want to feel a bit more tight. I watched the train wrecks debate, and I'm a big fan of Asmongold now. Asmongold #1. I guess his facial expressions are just gold. I didn't really get how they were attempting to justify, you know, late night talk show hosts who are, you know, generally talking about politics, not being like a political, what's it called, entity. Thought that was kind of interesting. Political, what's it called, news entity, I guess. I mean, they're not. They are infotainment, you know. You know, some of them are even called, you know, the best fake news on the planet, some shit like that, you know. So it's kind of weird. Weird to hear John Oliver, actually just a comedian, makes videos of balloons and kids apparently. Really interesting. I don't know why they wanted that point so bad. That was like the one weird thing there, I think. But no, it's a pretty enjoyable debate. They only got off the rails a couple of times. Twitch debates. Where's YouTube? I guess it's YouTube. I kind of like, it's kind of interesting to see like it's almost becoming like a sport, a popular sport, I should say. It's always been kind of like a sport, but you never used to have, you know, Twitch commentators, you know, like shoutcasters. And Destiny goes for the kill. Oh, is he gonna get it? Or is James Fuentes gonna stop him? You know, type of, not really like that, but you know. At that point, they're more like peacekeepers. kind of interesting. I guess people are becoming bored of, you know, sports ball and that type of thing. And they're looking to, I guess it's like Jordan Peterson said, that there's a big niche here, and I'm kind of filling it, and people are interested in this type of entertainment, this type of discussion. I think everyone kind of wants to be the next Joe Rogan. I want to shift this guy to look more at the camera. Be a bit more smiley. He's a little bit afraid right now. Not sure what I'm gonna do with their hands at this point. I might bring them out. Might be where I go. I might have to pick this part up though. Problem is always that it's not reading. Oh, I think I mixed up layers. Yeah, I think sort of position for the body better. Maybe. apply this. Yeah, I'll keep going with that. I think, making like slow progress. Hey Siri, set timer 1 hour. Hey Siri, set timer 1 hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to listen to is an experiment in sound.
Oh shit, connected. Probably gonna do chicken farm tonight. Easy and tasty. Move his eyes over a little bit.
So, gentlemen, that's how it is. Until Grissom resurfaces. I'm the acting president, and I say, starting with this anniversary festival, we run the city into the ground.
Just don't know what I'm supposed to be.
You'll figure that out. I'm not worried about you.
Yeah, I'm eating. Just eating some cereal. Cereal ASMR. I think I saw that as a category today. Or the other day. ASMR. Quality ASMR cereal content. The asthma or fucking category. Uncomfortable. That's literally the opposite of what's supposed to happen.
You're so mediocre.
Good vibes. Lots of cereal. We're gonna draw. I don't know. It's one of those things that I haven't really made up my mind. I guess it's not hurting anyone, but it might be actually, because it, like, they bill themselves as kind of helping people through kind of like medical conditions like anxiety or something like that, you know, and it, you know, it might not be anything more than a placebo, and these people are not seeking any sort of help and just going with the you know, the YouTube. Yeah, I'll join you in a bit. I'm incredibly skeptical of ASMR as a legitimate medical treatment. So ASMR. ASMR.
Sometimes I wonder how people can fall in love so often. I mean, how is that possible? For years, I've found myself in the same position, loving the same person, and feeling that love so deeply. Maybe I need to forget it, just move on and be like everyone else. This isn't good for me.
Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to hate it. Just see it for what it is, kinda. It's gluten-free for the tortured soul. Yeah, thanks. I think we're already doing good. Yeah, maybe you could teach us. Teach us how to survive and don't starve. Hey, you never know. Never know, you might get good. Yeah, I need help carrying Lamsey, so. All help carrying Lamsey is appreciated. Hey, Artome, what's up, dude? How's it going? I'm doing some fixing. Try to find a nerd to talk about open artificial intelligence. I don't really know that much about artificial intelligence, to be honest. I have some, diction, but that's about it. Discount Sam. Wait, which one is Discount Sam? Who is Discount Sam? Wait, who's original Sam? Oh wait, like Samwise? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going alright. You know, little by little. Can't do everything in a day. Yeah. What did you wanna like say about AI that you know it's taking over your thoughts, I guess? Maybe I can learn something. Five bots versus the world champions of Dota 2. Oh wow. I think I heard something about that, yeah. Right, yeah. Yeah. I do like them video games. It's true. I could give you a separate and analogous situation that I'm pretty aware of and has kind of hurt me. There's a game called Baduk or Wakui or Go. There's a program called AlphaGo. Able to play at one of the highest levels. I think it even beat the current grand champion. A year ago, it was only 1v1 situation. This year, did 5v5, which is infinitely more complicated to achieve. Don't say infinitely. You're still kind of programming. Just a slightly more complex set of tasks, and any complex task can be broken down into a simple one. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. 10,000 years of games changes how humans see reality. I think it changes how we see games. Maybe it might not be as worth playing, and there's definitely a philosophical question, on the table. Like, is it still worth playing checkers if it's basically been solved and the best player is a robot? Yeah, still worth it, still fun. I think there's a couple of questions being just open, but I think these questions were answered way before. It's just that, now you need I guess an answer to whether or not competitive checkers or human competitive checkers is worthwhile. I think eventually we'll be able to compartmentalize any set of tasks and have robots be able to do them better than people. Maybe that's kind of like one of my predictions. I don't think that's that crazy. Take a train on any task to see what is most efficient. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to beat the robots. I don't think that's gonna be a possibility. I don't know if that makes, any of these endeavors no longer worthwhile. Since I feel like any set of criteria that we formalize can be mastered by a machine, but without us to come up with that criteria and formalize it, like what is Go, what is a game, what is a rule set, without us, I don't think machines really need to do what they do. We're always going to be kind of a necessary part of this equation. Also, I think we might be better at coming up with novelty. And it's on a big scale, that's coming up with the game. On a small scale, it's coming up with moves that the machine analyzes and learns later. I'm not sure if they have kind of a generation of moves yet, although it's possible. In terms of decisions, our say won't be necessary. I don't know. I don't think it would be a good idea to ever have or ever to relinquish control to an AI. Like, say for instance, Watson, right? He does consulting for doctors right now, right? But no one's going to. I don't think anyone's going to replace physicians at this point. Let's say, I don't know. I think we'll still be the ones that will be doing most of the decision making, unless I think there's definitely a pro-robot faction already in existence. I'm more of a pro-human. What's it called? Yeah, I would guess that to replace a human in the workplace, a machine would only have to perform slightly better. Slightly better than a human on, you know, in an average what's it called? Average situation. And that might free us up to become unaverage. Yeah, I don't really see like a government run by machines, you know, something like a technocracy. I don't really see that happening. I don't really see. Even in the case, you know, the micro case. Well, that could happen. I think that could happen. Actually, that seems to me like a very, very, very plausible thing. Like, say for instance, you start an AI business, right? And it's so profitable that you no longer need human workers, and so you just keep creating. Oh, I saw Hamlet DLC died in 4 minutes. Rip. Yeah, that one's fun. That one's fun with all the porkers. Okay, so what was I saying? Something about like it becomes almost, if unregulated, it becomes kind of like possible to just keep going into different sectors of the economy and saying like, okay, well, so now I have an AI that does this. As soon as you have that generalized AI, you can keep going, and then you have almost like a class of capitalists, or AI technocrats, basically, that control most of the wealth in the economy, because like they run all the businesses, and so as long as the status quo exists, right? As long as money talks, money makes decisions for what gets what gets done by government. You kind of run into this problem where obviously the people that control the AI and the workforce and all the capital in the society will want to kind of just solidify their power, and so they're just going to, you know, kind of take over government, I think, you know, in this dystopian hypothetical. That's what I would do anyway. If I had a way of creating wealth that was totally unhinged from the rest of society, I would probably try to make sure that I can keep doing it, first of all, and then second of all, since I have all the money, you know, I think it would be very charitable to give me control of the government. We have a big population who is already affected by such decisions. Facebook, as one of the former CEOs says, it's changed the social structure. I mean, that's fundamentally true. Social networking has definitely changed the way that we use the internet. and furthermore, how we vote, how we get information, how we interact with other people. Yeah, I agree with that. Towards bad mostly. That's a judgment. That's a judgment I'm not absolutely sure about. It's the power of controlling a small portion of what is AI, what is machine learning, shapes personalities. I think the fact that Facebook decides what you get to see every day is probably part of that incredibly harmful, right, situation. When governments like the EU say, like, hey, we need you to have very powerful filters and to scan every submission made to you to make sure that there's no child abuse or there's no illegal copyright infringement. That kind of scares the shit out of me. Because today it's, hey man, think of the children, and tomorrow it's, hey, communists aren't really people anyway, and then it's, well, you know what? Republicans aren't really people anyway, and you know what? Anyone that's not this particular ideology, they're not people anyway. This type of thing. I don't know. Maybe. I'm very skeptical of this very yeah, let's just let the tech companies put in all these AI algorithms which allow them to see and basically change what gets shown to people, and also eliminate all competition for them, which is kind of the bigger problem, because any site that doesn't do this gets bombarded with copyright strikes instantly, thanks to this legislation. And yeah, it's a bad state of affairs. Not entirely sure about them controlling the content. One of the engineers said, most things are out of our hands. I really doubt that. The algorithm does what it does without someone controlling it. Right, but the algorithm was written for a specific purpose, right? You could have it say, like, here are a set of words that are not allowed. Here are a set of words that I want to be reviewed before they get, they get either trending or they get, that is one of the algorithms. Like they always describe like one of the algorithms. But Google in fact does the opposite, right? We know for a fact that Google does oppositional, what's it called? Searching. For instance, if you search for flat Earth, you're going to get the opposition to those facts, or those claims. If you search for anti-vaccination, you're not going to get what's it called? So there's a disconnect between what they want, which isn't accurate, right? It's not an accurate claim. It's what basically they want at this point. So they are making judgments as to what can and can't appear first, and they always kind of hide behind the fact that well, if you just keep scrolling, it's going to be there, on the 10th page. But the fact is that no one goes through all those pages. They go for the first couple of hits, and so that really is the game being played here. It's about putting your ideas first. You know, that's what it is. It's about edging conversation like 5%. You know, just a little bit more. Not about ruthlessly censoring everybody. It's about like, hey, a student has a question about something, right? And they Google it. They're not gonna go and do research. They're gonna like Google it, and the first thing that pops up, that's going to be their answer for their question. You know, this is how it kind of works, I think, in my mind at least. I don't know. I think in China, like, they already have yeah, kids should well, to critically analyze what's being put in front of you is kind of impossible if you don't know that the search engine has its own ideas of what's good, because they've been programmed into them, you know, programmed into it. They say, you know, like, oh, Facebook or Twitter doesn't control trending. YouTube doesn't control trending. That's just not true. They have a very large set of algorithms that are not being disclosed. So those who are in exact position, who don't believe any of the sources they read of the first page, well, I mean, that's a lot of hard work. I feel like no one's going to be doing that. And you could even gain those sensibilities. If you figure out that the person always goes to the second page, right? And you can use this with you can do this with data collection easily. This person never clicks on pages in the first page. And you just, if that is the case, reverse the oppositional algorithm, and then he no longer sees those sources. He sees the other ones. That's as long as there's a way to analyze this type of as long as there's a way to analyze the behavior and for someone to make the decision, like, okay, here's a type of person that is skeptical of Google results, you know. That's a problem. We need to revert from that. Yeah, it should be like the tenet of, you know, in education, to definitely to teach like critical thinking. And the thing is, though, even our most prideful journals, let me see if I can, even our like the best, what is like the best journal of medicine? It's the New England Journal of Medicine right now. No, what is one of the best science journals? Nature, right? The stuff that's published there is just incredible. Right now, I saw this article in New England Journal of Medicine, and I was just like, I was so baffled. Like, what the fuck? Why is this here? It's next to all the other articles, right? It's like, oh, long-term effects of fucking this drug, sort of like, I don't know, treatment options for something or other. God, I don't remember the other articles, but let me see if I can pull this up. Let's see. I'm just gonna show the abstract, but oh shit, it went down. Shit, where is it then? Is the original one down? I don't think it is. Yeah, I'll just show you I won't show you the full article because I might go down for that. That would be a bad idea. But there's a very very large article here with, you can't see it, but it's only got 5 references, which is like, which is nothing, right? They want you to purchase it, of course, for like $25. I already read it. It's mostly bullshit. Because again, this isn't a real article. It has no empirical data. The references are mostly science that isn't really even, I don't know, held to be good science by the people who published it. Like, it makes a lot of mentions of intrinsic bias testing, which is just fucking amazing. Because like, she goes with, okay, well, it's just true. It's just true. And I'm a racist because of it. And also, black people should not go and get care now because like the whites are attacking them. They're not providing the same quality of care. And it's like, and like what she's doing there is she's taking the conclusion, she's making a conclusion on actual facts that don't really support her conclusion. So what she's looking at is outcomes in or differences in outcomes of people of color versus white people, and there's no way to like pull apart like how much of that is caused by racism. There's absolutely no way. But she's already making a jump to that conclusion that it's white people being racist. But there's plenty of, you know, like I don't even think that they would have ever tried to do something like striate that data by the race of the doctor, but the conclusion is already like in bold face there that it's white doctors, which is silly because like if you go to any of these hospitals where mostly people of color are getting medical treatment, it's being provided by non-white physicians. So like this thought that they're all racist too is just so silly. Of course this is California. And you know, it's very sad that this was published in the New England Journal of Medicine. I read an article in Nature the other month that was very similar, and it's a bit sad. These are like grievance. Like I guess that she had nothing good to publish. That's the only thing that I could think of. Like she really wanted an article in the most prestigious journal of medicine, and she got it. You know, to be published in the NEJM is huge. Like for your career, for prestige, is gigantic. But this is cheating. Basically, it's the only thing that they've done is, you know, diminish the prestige of the institution, and it's very sad. It's very sad. I don't know how this got through peer review. I don't think it was peer reviewed, or if it was peer reviewed by people who were just like, oh fuck, dude, I don't want to be racist. I guess. Well, if she says she's a racist, we should publish her. Who? Like, how does that go through someone's mind? It's just like, Yeah, this is a self-proclaimed racist. She says she's racist. You know, she's calling for people to be less racist. Of course, yeah, that's good. But she is a racist, so why would you ever publish a racist, like a self-avowed racist? It just doesn't make any sense. It's also tiresome. It's just all so tiresome. Three people faked studies and they were passed several. It was diminished already since money is. Oh no, well I mean like grievance studies. Yeah, I remember Bogosian and what's his name. Bogosian actually had like multiple publications that were the conceptual penis, obtaining a hermeneutics of something or other. Hermeneutics of a social social theory of something. I don't remember, but it was such horse shit that I can't really put my mind on it. And then they came out with Dog Park and all this other stuff, and it's like they're pretending like these articles didn't get published. They did get published. They got published because no one does the work of checking whether you know the intellectual rigor is gone. It's just gone, period. And it's a lot of it is just propaganda. That's all it is. It's just like, hey, you know, we really like how they're saying things without actually looking into what they're saying. Remind me how I feel about psychology and social sciences. Yeah, it's funny that the place where scientism is most prevalent, you know, launches these like, we should be skeptical of physics. And it's like, yeah, okay, but you know, if you take that same level of skepticism towards, you know, the gender studies, you're not gonna get very far. Without, you know, like saying like, okay, well, like we can say nothing. We basically have to take like Wittgenstein's position. Of that which you know nothing, you must be silent. In regards to that which you know nothing, you must be silent. And it's yeah, it would be very powerful, I think. Just I wish it was just that. You know, this like theory that, you know, was just like they're trying to make money. You know, Hollywood's just cashing in. This was in the train wreck debate. Now, Hollywood is just cashing in on propaganda. That's all that's happening here. I think AI would make everything much worse. I think it would make it much worse. Because you can reason with people, you can't reason with computers. You can persuade people, you can't persuade computers. If you know, like if you go to a cop and someone's like, oh, well, he raped me, and the cop is like, okay, well, where's the evidence? You know, you might get out of that. But if it's an AI and it's like, believe women is the coding, then you're gonna have a bad time. Not that you know, cops don't make mistakes or anything like that, but yeah. I feel like if you program the canons of just a lot of these really bad claims into AI, which is probably what's gonna happen. Right, it should be, but like the thing is, right, that who has the time, right? Who has the time to do all the fact check? People can barely fact check what someone says on the news. To have a special set of skills to, go into code, check out what it is doing, maybe, I don't know, launch it, check what the algorithm is, what outcomes the algorithm's producing. It's also like, and just opening it up to the public. I mean, I guess as long as they're good actors, I mean, we might not have to worry about too much. But unless democracy won't be in the future. I think we're already so far away from democracy. Like, at this point, we have very little control over what we see on the news, what we're told to believe. There's a lot of holdouts, but I feel like, whoever has more money gets to decide, basically, a lot of these questions. We call them lobbyists or whatever word you want to use for them, But the average person doesn't give a shit. Like, how about this? The rate of depoliticization in this country, America, is so high that, Soviet dictators would be like, oh, how do you get that high? What are you doing that's working? If a senator gets elected and runs again, his chance is like his what's called I say recidivism, but it's not really. That's more like for cancer or something. His rate of return, let's say, is like 98%. So every senator who gets elected and runs again, basically if they, if they run again, they will be reelected. It's like a 98% chance. This is worse than like dictatorships. Like, how is that like a vigorous democratic process? It seems like the opposite. Seems like everything is very very not great. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Ramble a little bit. A house in the mountains. Yeah, a lot of people are what's it called? Just make money. Yeah, basically. Basically, this is kind of the way that it is now. No one was forcing you to be poor. Classic. Yeah, I wish. Man, it's almost like the outcome of a system is determined by its beginning state. Wow, it's almost like, oh, that's interesting. You have the power to be successful, but you don't have the power to ever become the Koch brothers. You failed. Shouldn't have failed. Should have been much better at. Oh, it's called. There's no problem. No problem. Fire Onyx, would you like some attention? Yeah, there's definitely problems within capitalism that seem to allow for monopolies. This is not anything like new or controversial. Seem to allow for a mass concentration of power at the top, and yeah. Some hugs and strong black tea. How could you not like tea? I just don't like. That's it. You're banned. Just esports AI. Why don't you just beat the esports AI, and then you can enact change in your society. The only people who should enact change in our society are the multi-billionaires. Isn't that right? Isn't that what capitalism teaches us? I think what's it called? Capitalism in a nutshell of regulation can work. But right now, it looks like the EU is allowing corporations to legislate the internet in such a way to create monopolies, and it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. I would rate it 2 out of 10. Is not good. So our boomers are at least very slow. That's why I think we have some safety in the fact that things like net neutrality usually don't get passed, and if they do get passed, it takes them a very long time. Yeah, but basically it's people who don't understand even like what their actions are kind of leading to. Like at all. I think they underrate the power and size and scope of companies like Facebook and Google. And, you know, writing legislation that says that their competitors also have to have AI infrastructure if they want to have what's called is just crazy. It's crazy because it's like it's the wet dream of the monopolist, you know? Like, well, yeah, we have we protect people's copyright because we have algorithms to check. But yeah, these guys are criminals. They don't protect the copyright. You wouldn't want your copyright to be infringed upon, right? So, yeah, it seems like it would be the moral thing to do to just, you know, round these people up. You know, that kind of seems like the way that this is going. Like the Article 13 doesn't hurt YouTube. It helps YouTube. Because no one else has the resources to actually get, you know, AI to filter their website if they have user submissions. If they become a publisher de facto and they don't have safe harbor, they basically can't function. But the YouTubes and the Facebooks can, because they have the resources. One sec, let me go pop in the chicken into the oven. Hey man, Angel, what's up, dude? How's it going? I'll be right back. I'm just gotta get the food started. Yeah, I think the chicken is still frozen, so I have to pop it in later. Dinner, good idea. Yep. Stressful day today? Really? Doing pretty good. Yeah, what's up, dude? Why is it so stressful? Hey, pretty good. Particularly the shorter arm next to, yeah, I don't, like, I'm not gonna defend this part. I don't know, how I'm gonna do it, actually. Because I've redone, like, the body. But it might be tilted a little bit too much. So might simplify it even more. And it seems like the top of the body is disconnected from the bottom, so that's gonna be fun. Had to deal with an art thief. He stole my art on DeviantArt and insulted me and my friends came to aid me. He's gone now, but I'd rather shake it up about it. Oh, that's always a terrible experience. Yeah, sorry that it had to happen to you. Yeah, it's pretty shit. Pretty shit. Go away, Fire On. Just go away. I'm working on it. I am working on it. It's because I bashed in part of her part of her skirt, so it doesn't really fit. Doesn't really fit the rest of it, so probably I will have to I'll have to change up. Wait, most likely I'm going to cut here, but I haven't gotten to this point yet, so it's like basically you're talking about things that I haven't worked on, which is, you know, fair but pointless. Most likely I'm going to lower her body. That'll fix a little bit, or just make her bigger. That might be what I'll do. Yeah. Let's see, I have this layer on. Yeah, most of the fixes have been, you know, on the face and all this other stuff. So, I think what I'll do is I'll just make them a little bigger. It's like it really just doesn't fit right now. that'll fix a lot of the problems. Basically. But yeah. It's gonna be changes like that. But yeah, gonna need you guys to stay tight and just let me work. It's gonna take a while. And we'll eventually get to all parts, since this, like, I'm going through literally her whole body. And I've gone through basically just the top. So yeah, hold on tight. Most of this is gonna be fixed. I've only dealt with art thieves like a couple times. Most of the time they were so small that I just decided to just ignore them. It was like someone sampled my sampled one of my drawings and made it into a banner. And I was just like, okay, whatever, just credit me and call it a day. People steal art all the time. You know, at this point, I would rather just have art worth stealing. That, like, is my main concern. Most of these platforms don't really care about chicken is unfrosted. You have to go back? Oh wow. Already? You just got here. Probably I'm going to seal this up actually. I'm still simplifying this dress, make it interesting, yet at the same time most of the time these people have like other places that they host, and so you could probably get it removed from DeviantArt, but good luck with, you know, foreign what's it called, foreign hosting and stuff like that. They don't really respect copyright. Of course that's not great, but you know.
I don't know, man. It could be anything. Yo, fuck this party, man. Fuck this party, man. We're just like, we're just chilling.
I think I'll just move her legs up. 30% problems there. Sorry for the conversation. Never be sorry for the conversation. Never expecting it to go this deep. Reselect. Later, you coming back? Okay, I'll get the chicken then. Oh, okay. I think it's an interesting topic. Yeah, it's just you know, it's kind of a thing that has never been attempted in this scope, right? Before we were revolutionizing industries, like industry by industry. Now we're talking about like a massive. We're basically comparing a puddle. To a tidal wave. So you know what, you know, cars to horses was like one, you know, revolution, but now we're talking about kind of almost like an industrial, like a whole different paradigm of how we look at work. Period. How we look at labor, how it works. Yeah, but by the size of it, it's just definitely not comparable. Yeah, most people who know a little bit about economics and, you know, like my favorite shill, Ben Shapiro, he acknowledges the fact that there's going to be at some point a useless class. It's just going to happen because if you have, you know, if you have this thing where, you know, automatic cars, for instance, the first thing that's probably going to come out. You have a 25% of the population that works with driving, either taxi, what's called bus transportation, or the biggest part of that is the truck drivers. So you have like 25% of the population that just no longer has a job, you know, and it's like, what's the prescription? Learn to code? It's just yeah, it's not great. 2035. Yeah, it's gonna be I don't know. I don't know when, but I feel like we don't have that much time left. If we're thinking about things like Tesla, and there's fuck, dude. There's so many innovations right now. And of course it's gonna save us a lot of time. And, you know, it could be the best thing that's ever happened to humanity. But at the same time, it's like, it is scary as hell. I was just watching one of the Boston Dynamics robots just jump up a fucking thing of crates. I was just like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, they're probably gonna rise up soon. Yep, I guess we're just we're just done. We're done. 2025. I mean, we already have self-driving cars, but again, we just have to reach that point where they drive better than the average human, and at that point, every single industry is gonna push for it, because it's like, well, it's dangerous for you to drive because you're a retard monkey. You see, you need to let the computers do the driving. It's dangerous. You have to be a really good driver to drive. You can't just be a regular driver, because you're endangering corporate assets. You see, there's the insurance company can't cover you because you're too much of a risk. It should be electric, yeah. Good news is the batteries aren't, all the way there just yet. So we need a good old monkey, human boy, to refill the car with gasoline. You remind me of CGP Gray's YouTube video, The Simple Solution to Traffic. I haven't watched that one, but I like that guy. He's good. He's good at what he does. He simplifies pretty well, and I think there's an art to simplifying a subject to the point where it's understandable, yet not losing enough of it to make it abstract or meaningless or absurd. I haven't seen the video. What does he conclude? What does Maestro conclude? Great minds, they think alike, you see. No. Just kidding. I was actually CGP Grey the whole time. Yeah, I think the chances of us getting AI right in a way that doesn't, that doesn't like wholly destroy human society, it's pretty low. I'm gonna say it's pretty low. Konnichiwa. Be creative, let loose. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the colony. I saw this guy saying welcome to the colony, like they're his ants now, and I was like, huh, I like this. I like this. Still not 100% on her mouth. probably end up doing moving the shoulder back a little bit. I don't know how it moved so far forward, actually. Weird. Whatever. I'll fix it as I go. What's his schedule like? I'm sure he does a lot of research for his documentary style of moving. Most of these... am I the only one in Parcardo? Where's the chat coming from? These are all messages that are generated by by AI, actually. You might be the only one on Picardo. I'm streaming to a couple of places. Oh shit, I forgot about D-Live, actually. Fuck, I totally forgot about D-Live. You see, it's just AI. It depends on what's it called. Twitch and stuff, and oh shit, I totally forgot about. I totally forgot about what's it called. I totally forgot about D-Live. Holy shit, dude. There's a lot of people that came by. Fuck, dude. Oh, dude, there was like, this is the one day that I forgot about D-Live, and I totally forgot because like the chat is separate, and so, oh god, I feel very embarrassed now. Yeah, a lot of people came by. I totally missed it. Yeah, yeah, this is all like from, like it. We had so many people that, I think this was the last one before, and then it was like all these people just totally got ignored. My bad, guys. I don't think they're there anymore, but yeah. Whoops. Yeah, pretty embarrassed. This is the one downside of streaming to so many platforms is that, like, yeah, you just try to keep up with them, man. I forgot because it was, they need to implement the freaking Restream IO to, like, consolidate the chat. Live is well, I think they're like half a month old. They're like half a month old right now, or something like that. They're not the newest player, but you know, there's been a big push with people like PewDiePie going over there. Yeah, I feel like at some point I'm gonna ruffle someone's feathers, and they're gonna report me for being mean to them or some shit, so I feel like I should you know, I should totally branch out. Booby streamers. Well, I think eventually we're going to move to a more adult oriented type of streaming. So yeah, I don't know if it's a bad thing. I think like people are gonna watch what they want to watch, and that has always been kind of, I guess the only question is whether or not Twitch actively promotes this type of content, because you can you can easily get it elsewhere. It's totally not hard. But you know, like what is Twitch's position? So far, it's like nudity is bad, but if you cover the nipples, it's okay. So I'm guessing that they will become more and more yeah, I don't think there's anything about the human body that needs to be hidden, to be honest. I'm not a nudist or anything. And definitely old people need to cover up because it's pretty disgusting. But yeah. I don't like share this, you know, this moral intuition that yeah, but if you've ever been to a nude beach, you would be triggered too. You ever been to, and then like some dude with his, oh god, don't want to describe it because like my brain is wired for imagery. Shartha, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Oh, welcome to the stream. You've never been to a nude beach? I suggest going there at least once, you know, just to figure out what it is, you know. Sadly, the stream keeps crashing, but it's late for me anyway. Hope I catch you again soon. Hey, thanks for dropping in. Thanks for stopping by. The meat is hanging. God. Why? Stop it, Artyom. Why? Why you have to do this? But yeah, it's definitely like one of those things where you have a lot of, probably there's a reason why we don't go out naked, right? There's probably something deep in there, like, I don't know, rapes. People just gonna start raping. Yeah, I feel like we have this I don't know, if we stop viewing the human body as, you know, just intrinsically what's called, I guess sexualized. I'm not sure if it's possible, but at this point, at least like to me, because like I definitely think of parts of the human body that are just, you know, whether I like it or not, is sexual. So not sure if it's like totally possible, but it might be possible to like kind of get to this place where we're not so so like repressed about it. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think I mean, I don't really have a strong position on nudism. I haven't really thought about it all that much. No strong claims. But yeah, it does seem like we've kind of taken the human body into a realm where it's just taboo and it's definitely a cultural thing. It's, you know, it stems from like what kind of people found it. Like in America, for instance, we have a strong history of, you know, Judeo-Christian belief structures. A lot of them are from like almost puritanical sects, you know, so it's, yeah, it's like I could definitely theorize slightly more naked and slightly less averse to the human body culture. I'm not sure if we want to, you know, really get rid of clothing altogether, though, because clothing's pretty useful. I'm not sure if that's a thing. But the idea that the human body is icky and like kids shouldn't see it because like I think that has to go. Yeah, it feels cold, man. Hashtag free the nipple. It's not. This is not where I pictured this going. I'm sorry. Dinner's ready. I will see you later if you're still online. All right, Artyom. Thanks for hopping in. Thanks for the conversation. Appreciate you. Always fun talking to you. Yeah, you too. The cold. Yeah, the cold. I mean, there's so many practical reasons for the way our clothing is, but there's also, you know, what do I want to call them? Metaphysical, theological reasons. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a history of, you know, ethics as why is asceticism good and why we should do these things. And I'm not sure if why the human body is to be hidden, this type of thing. So I don't know. I haven't really thought about this enough. I just like think when a child sees a naked body, they don't really think of anything that the parent was like trying to prevent. Like, it's gonna damage the children. You know, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about those claims, but yeah. I guess that's kind of the society we live in, so, you know, whatever. Whatevers. Best not to think about it too much. Kind of tired? All right, I'll get the food started then. Frozen? Oh, you made the oh. You're like your mom. It's so good. It's so fresh. It's so easy to make. Oh, the chicken is like right there. 20 minutes from now, I can make it. She seemed to have very puffy cheeks. Yeah, just a fun topic to think about, I guess. Why aren't we all nudists? Gotta go now, it's time. I'm in Europe. Have a good rest of your stream and a nice day. Hey, thanks, you too, man. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate you. Yeah, slowly developing these characters. Might have to go get dinner started though. Yeah, I totally fixed her face and started fixing her body. Yeah, sometimes I just fuck up. I don't know. That's why it's like that. There's no good explanation of why or how it got that way. Some days it's just I just been not doing good work. All that matters is at the end, at the end it's gonna be good. I just have to figure out where her legs are gonna be. But yeah, today was a good day. Today was a good day. Got some good stuff in. Yeah, mostly good changes, I think. If I go back. Yeah. Yeah, work in progress, guys. You know, making shapes 3D and stuff. Figuring out where her arms are. Might actually go for like arms behind the back type of walk. Maybe. I don't really like hiding the arms. Might bring them out in front. Yeah, I think that would work. I think that might actually be my solution. I don't like hiding the arms, and I don't like, you know, if I have enough information, I can draw them pretty well. It's when I have them like half hidden, that's when I start to run into problems. Because yeah, maybe I can get her to walk with her arms like that. I think that would be pretty powerful. Yeah, three solutions, one what's it called? One change. That's always where I want to go. But yeah, I'm gonna be 3D-fying the rest of her, and gonna be making the halfling a little less scared. Possibly erasing his eyes and redoing them, making him look somewhere else. But yeah, it's, you know, it's work in progress. There's gonna be stuff that sticks around, stuff that changes. Our arms are gonna be tough to put in. But it's gonna be something like that. I'm pretty happy with her face for now. That's like that's the one thing that I'm kind of worried about. Oh, everything else will kind of fall into line, I think. I am worried about her cheek. Looks being very round though. Yeah. I feel like she has a lot more personality with those hands, and I'm going to improve the, it's called, the way the shoulder is looking. Yeah, I think parts are working very well. Have to keep kind of pushing. And it will fall into place. If not, you know, I'll just do it again. Sometimes that also happens, although really like how the curls are working here. I don't know how I did that actually. And I like the way that this is coming up to be more 3D. That's good. Yeah, there's good parts and there's bad parts. Keep working on the bad parts, I guess, and then hopefully get rid of them all. Stardust, Snowcone, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. And thank you for the lemon, Zoo584. Appreciate it. Every lemon counts. Zoo is number one. Usurping. Usurping. Number one lemon donator. I think you'll be number one till the next stream, actually, because I'm about to go eat some food. I might move her here a little bit. Give that more shape. But yeah, overall, happy where it's going. I can't draw at all. Hey, you just gotta start, and then you can. It's all about putting the work in. Or, you know, you can always just watch me. I think I'm like the worst streamer because I always encourage people to stop watching and go draw. It's just like, stop it, go draw. But yeah. Zoomed out, it looks good. I joined and immediately hear stop watching, go draw. How's it going? Hey man, how's it going, dude? I'm good. I'm excellent. I'm yeah, just finishing parts of this. But yeah, I think that's the take-home message. I think that's the take-home message that I would be happy with if people you know, who came by heard that. I feel like that would be good. Yeah, I think we put up boundaries for our goals. Foreshortening this arm is not gonna be easy, is it? Well. But yeah, actually about to go eat. Oh, these hands are gonna be a pain, aren't they? Oh no. Yeah, I could see them being a pain. It's gonna be like one of those you know, folded over fingers type of thing. Oh, why did I do that? That's so bad. That's gonna take me like years. God. You ever never give yourself what's it called? Any sort of what's it called? Just go and you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna like draw dragons in here now. That's what's gonna happen. No account. I'm not giving myself account. But yeah, this will be like a crumpled prayer hands type of thing. I think that will work very well. Oh yeah, but this is coming along. This is coming along. I thought I wasn't gonna do much today, but you know, I think I got some lucky crits, got some lucky strokes in there, and yeah, figured out what I want to do with her face. Yeah, they are gonna look good. I think so. It's just gonna make me cry. Yeah, I got some crits on her face. Usually faces take me a while, but this face actually did take me a while since I. Actually, yeah. Now thinking about it, there's like Fucking 80 variations of face for her. Yeah, I think yeah, but this is my original thumbnail. We changed the comp quite a lot to make sure that all the parts fit. And I've been slowly building it. Ah, okay. Just you know what? Soft elliptical would work better here. But yeah, did some work today. So that's good. But yeah, thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate you. Sorry, D-livers, if I missed your chats. Totally my fault. Kind of bad. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break here. Gonna go eat. But yeah, hope to see you soon.